pep talk time. Welcome to Kyera in My Pocket, where personal transformation gets intimate, raw, and uncensored. So do not say that I didn't warn you. I'm Kyera Kacey, founder of Liberate Her, an international best-selling author of Rich Bitch Money Goals, Becoming the Energetic Match to Wealth. I have coached thousands of women around the world using our 9 iconic rich bitch principles to change their lives, their businesses, and their bank accounts. So get ready for unfiltered stories, TMI moments, and the exact mindset and embodiment shifts that have helped me build a multi-7-figure empire. I am here to help you on your path to personal and professional success. So tune in, turn up, and let's fucking go. I got a pocket full of Kyera. Whoa. I couldn't help myself. Let's go. Friday channeled message. Let's see what Spirit has in store for today's message. I am using the magical Mermaid and Dolphin deck by good old Doreen Virtue, who now believes that her decks are the devil's work. Doreen changed her life, and Doreen has found Jesus. She has found a new path, and I have to say though, I love this deck. You guys, many of you know I've had this since I was 15 years old, and I'm going to keep using it despite Doreen's warning signs that her decks are now the devil's work and should not be used. Okay, so by the way, if anyone can tell you or show you or be the example in life that you can pivot, let it be Doreen, because Doreen's got a series of books on angels and fairies. Not only does she have books, but she's got all of her decks. She's got all these different angel cards. You know, it's like, don't be afraid to change your mind. And listen, it doesn't matter how drastic you do it. Like, I would say Doreen's a go big or go home at this point. Doreen gives zero fucks what anyone thinks about her. She really, and I mean, I have to admire that. Although I don't agree with this whole devil's work. I mean, I personally believe that the devil's work is just judgment. It's fear. Like anything that instills fear to me is the devil's work. But I don't believe in this whole heaven and hell. I think hell is living a life that God is just draining you and you're afraid. And I will never forget, this is kind of heavy, but I'm gonna share this. I will never, ever in my life forget this moment. So I was raised Catholic. I was born and raised Catholic. We went to the church. Let's have some yum yums, like all of that stuff. Okay. And I couldn't stand it. By the way, if you feel I just disrespected the church, just say a prayer for me. Okay. I'm not trying to disrespect the church, but I grew up Catholic and I couldn't stand going to church. I couldn't fucking stand it. I'll tell you why I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it because as a very open channel, as a very empathic, very psychic person, I just felt, first of all, I didn't agree with anything that was rooted in judgment. Like, if you don't do this, you're going to hell. If you sin, you're going to hell. If you fill in the blank, if you do X, Y, and Z that go against religion, you're going to hell. Or you're looked down upon, or you're a bad person, or shame on you. Like, I couldn't get behind that. And I also remember as a child, we would go to church and I would sit down and I would see couples and the energy between the husband and wife. Like, I could tell if the husband was having an affair, if they had just gotten into a huge fight before coming to church. Like, I could literally just read people's energies and people's thoughts. And so it was really difficult for me to sit in church where people most of the time, right, portray a certain image, and on the inside they're just feeling something wildly different. So that never felt good for me. But anyway, so I grew up Catholic. Obviously, I in no way, shape, or form would consider myself religious, but I remember one time my first husband's cousin had committed suicide, and we went to the house that night. We went to the family's house that night. Like I said, this is kind of heavy, but we went to the house that night, and the family and friends, there was just like this big circle. Everyone was in a circle kind of holding hands. People were crying. and the priest was there. And I'll never forget, the mom looked at the priest, and she's of course just devastated. There are no words to describe a mother who has just lost her child to suicide. But the mother, in complete desperation, looks at the priest and asks him, "Will my son go to heaven?" And I'm looking and I'm like, if he better not, he better fucking not. And he goes, "I'm so sorry." He shakes his head no and looks down. And then she just loses it. And I'm like, this can't be, this isn't it. This is not it for me. Like, if it's not loving, it ain't fucking it. So anyway, I don't know how we got completely sidetracked. Guys, Channel Fridays are supposed to be light. What happened here? What's going on? Okay, we need spirit to bring through a good message. Let's switch up the vibe, okay? This wasn't it. All right, let's go. Okay. Wow. Okay, these came through really fast. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we're gonna start. I'm actually just gonna go in with the healing heart card. So no, I need spirits like don't you dare. So there were 3 cards that came out. I was only gonna read one. I don't know. That's my ego. And then I feel like I just got an energetic bitch slap from spirit. They're like, bitch, you better share them all. Okay, so I know exactly what this is about. So we have the healing heart card, and then we also have the pay attention and the protection card. But I'm going to tell you what's coming through with this. So again, although I'm using Doreen's deck, I don't, if you know this deck very well, if you have the book for it and you go to look up what it says for healing heart, I'm likely not going to give you that message. I'm going to give you the message that is channeling through me based on the energy of this card. Okay. So if you go and look at it and you're like, you're telling us something different, that's by design. I'm just sharing what's coming through my channel. So the healing heart card is specifically in reference to those of you who are here on the planet at this time to quite literally work your light. So you are the light workers. You are the person who has had a very challenging life. You have gone through a lot of trauma. You have felt like you never fit in. You feel like the black sheep of the family, highly misunderstood, very sensitive. And you're the kind of person that has always known that there's something more for you than like the mundane, average, common routine of 9 to 5, or like go to high school, go to college, you come out, like work your job, get a house. You're just like, this ain't it. This is not it for me. Like, you are somebody that has always had a desire for more, and yet you've likely struggled to get there. You are somebody that has really profound gifts and you question them 90% of the time. You are somebody that has always had a desire to make a difference. You just haven't trusted yourself oftentimes enough to make the moves that will support you in not only creating that difference, but in creating the kind of life that you see other people living, and you get frustrated because you actually know that that's the kind of life you too are meant to be living. So this healing heart card is actually speaking to your soul purpose and the experience that you came here to create and fulfill. So I want to move to the pay attention and the protection card. First of all, the pay attention card is like, I actually feel like that's more so in reference to the message that I'm bringing through. This is not anything new to you. So you are somebody that is also having a lot of signs and synchronicities, and you dismiss them. You're constantly dismissing what is coming through your channel. I'll say it time and time again. One of the number one questions I get outside of how do I make more money? How do I make more money, honey? Is how do I develop my intuitive channel? How do I strengthen my psychic gifts? And I always tell people, just like going to the gym, if you're going to build a muscle, you need repetition. And the repetition that you need when it comes to your channel and it comes to enhancing and trusting and really having a clear knowing of your psychic gifts is when you start to have intuition speaking through you and to you. You've got to start moving in alignment with your intuition. That would require trust. So the more that you start to trust your intuition and you move with it, right? Because insight without action makes no difference. You can have the insight and the downloads all day long, but that does not mean that you're actually doing something about it. So you need to start moving in rhythm with your intuition. And this protection card, I actually really love that this came through because I have a really profound passion for women creating financial freedom, but not just any kind of financial freedom. We all know you can make money in a lot of different ways. My interest is that you're making money in ways that actually light your fucking soul on fire, where you get out of the bed and it doesn't feel like work for you, but it feels like something you can't not do. Right? I always go back to the example of when I was writing my book, Rich Bitch Money Goals. It was a marathon, right? Writing a book is a lot of work unless you're using AI. And by the way, some of you need to stop letting AI write your posts. It's very obvious and I can't feel your energy. Nothing wrong with AI, by the way, but like it shouldn't replace your voice. It shouldn't replace your energy. Okay. So just like a side note there. But this protection message is coming through because so many light workers and healers and women who want to create their business, whether it's a coaching business or it's a product that they want to sell, like whatever it is, so many women are afraid of the judgment, the backlash, the criticism that they're going to receive for stepping into their gifts, for creating offers. And a lot of them are afraid, especially if part of your gifts is your intuition and your healing work and your psychic gifts, and you're going to start expressing that. I know that it's scary. I know that you have this concern and this fear of judgment, but that is part of your initiation in this lifetime, is to actually find safety within yourself, that even if other people are judging you, even if you're highly misunderstood, I can tell you right now that you're safe. And it's not, you're not going to ever get to this place of comfort until you can sit in the discomfort long enough that the heat just dissolves, that it's no longer a thing that is in your way. So, the message today, to sum all of this up, because I feel like we covered a lot and we covered some weird things. Like, I don't know what happened today, okay? But to sum this up, you have gifts that you are here to use and you're here to monetize, and they are gifts that are going to create the most profound ripple effect in your life and in the lives of others. And it is time for you to fucking trust yourself and to move. Listen, almost every successful person has fallen on their fucking ass more times than they can count. Successful people take risks. They believe in themselves. Let's just take the acronym for rich bitch, okay? A rich bitch is a woman who takes full responsibility for her life. She leads with integrity. She maintains and holds courageous conversations. She heals for the highest good of all. Let's move into bitch. A bitch is a woman who believes in herself. She will invest in herself, and not just financially, but she will invest the time required to create the kind of change that she deeply desires to experience in her life. T, she trusts herself. C, she consciously creates her life. And H, she is heart-centered in her pursuit of success. So go be a rich bitch today. And if you have not signed up for the 25-day round of Rich Bitch Money Goals Live, which is happening July 7th, we have over 430 people that are signed up for this round. It's the first time ever. It's completely free. So get your ass inside of this program. The link will be below. Or if you have any questions, just send my team a DM, info@kyrakacey.com. They'll get you the link. They'll answer any questions. But like, get your butt in. Go on live for 25 days. And it's completely free. And we already have people sending us messages about their money wins. It hasn't started, but I will say, this is why I always tell people, the moment that you commit to something, the moment you sign up, the moment you're like, I'm fucking in, and you don't just talk about it, but you take the steps to register, whatever that is, whether it's this program, something else, taking a trip, like whatever, the moment you're in, the field starts to self-rearrange around you. The energy is shifting. This is why people can sign up for this program, and before we've ever started, they're already having wins. They're already having things to celebrate financially. They're already selling out offers. They're already getting unexpected checks in the mail. But if you've done Rich Bitch Money Goals before, then you know this is also part of the frequency that holds like this program. We have a lot of money wins. We have a lot of personal wins, relationship wins. Well, we celebrate all around. So make sure you get inside of 25 days. and go do your thing. Go do your light worker thing. Go turn your light on. Go work your magic and go use your voice. And don't be afraid because you're completely safe.
This podcast was brought to you by my international best-selling book, Rich Bitch Money Goals, Becoming the Energetic Match to Wealth, which is available at over 39,000 retailers across the nation. So make sure you pick up your copy today. You can find it in places like Amazon, Target, Indigo, Barnes & Nobles, Walmart, and more.